Hello, welcome to the unit testing practices tutorial. In this lesson, we are going to learn the unit testing framework in the Delphi development. So first of all, we have to know what unit testing is, what is a unit, and its benefits from using the unit testing framework in your applications. So let's get started. What is unit testing? So simply, unit testing is testing the code that works. Unit testing is a level of software testing where individual units or the components of a software are tested. The purpose is to validate that each unit of the software performs as designed. A unit is the smallest testable part of any software. It usually has one or a few inputs and usually a single output. So in procedural programming, a unit may be an individual program, function, procedure, etc. In the object-oriented programming, the smallest unit is a method, functions, procedures, which may belong to a base superclass, abstract class, or derived child class. So, unit testing frameworks, drivers, stubs, and mocks or the fakes objects are used to assist in unit testing. Unit testing benefits. So, mostly unit tests should be easy to run. If it's hard to test, then you are doing it wrong. So, unit testing increases confidence in maintaining the code. If good unit tests are written and if they are run every time any code is changed, we will be able to promptly catch any defects due to the change. Codes are more reusable. In order to make unit testing possible, codes need to be modular. This means that codes are easier to reuse. Fast development. So how? If you don't have unit testing in place, you write code and perform that developer test. You set some breakpoints, fire up the GUI, provide a few inputs that hopefully hit your code and hope that you are all set. But if you have unit testing in place, you write the test, write the code, and run the test. Writing tests takes time, but time is compensated by the less amount of time it takes to run the tests. You don't need to fire up the GUI and provide all those inputs. And of course, unit tests are more reliable than developer tests. And also debugging will be way more easy. When a test fails, only the latest changes need to be debugged. With testing at higher levels, changes made over the span of the several days, weeks, months need to be scanned. So, what is an unit? It means a single class and its methods. So in the unit testing, the unit refers to the methods, the procedures, or the functions. So how we can implement unit testing in Delphi projects? We have DUnit and DUnitX projects. Those help to us to implement the unit testing in our projects. So in this video, I'm going to show you DUnit, and we will use DUnit as a test project and test cases. So it's time to demo. So here we got this demo, and here we got unit 1 pass. So this unit finds the parameter p of the square, this formula here, and now we have t square class and the function square, a integer and integer here, and we have not implemented completely it. So now we can open the menu, file new, and other. So here we got unit test. We will double click test project, and here we will create test project based off this example. So next, and you can select the GUI for test runner. So finish. So here is the test project. Now we have to again open the other here and create test case. Here we got t square and a square function from this unit 1. So next, just finish it. So this is the DUnit test case. So here we got using this test framework in unit 1, this one, and we got test t square. It's class t test case. So we got here f square. It's a private and set up tear down test square here. Set up here. We're creating f square from t square create from the unit 1. And we are freeing up the memory here. Here is the test t square. So return value a. So now we can write our test here. So we can give a to 4, and here we can declare expected value and it must be integer. And now we can set the expected value to 16. So here we can call the check equals procedure. The first one is expected value and return value, and also we can set the messages, so we don't need this, so save all of them. Now we can run this test here. So here is our unit testing framework, and we can run this, and it's failed because we have not implemented the square function on the unit 1. So we can come here and write the result here, 4 multiply a. So now we can run it. So just run. It's successful. Yeah, it's worked. But if you change its expected value and this 8, for example, 5, and expected value, for example, 25, and we can see the result here. So it fails. 20 here, run it. Here we can see it's successfully tested. So here I want to declare another procedure, test negative a, create, and copy and paste here, and we give -5, and we can run it. We got 2 tests, and if we click it, we got 1 successful and 1 failed. So we got test negative a, test name, and it's failed, and here message expected 20 but was -20 here. So we can go to the unit 1 and write the ABS to modeling and save it and run it. Here all the tests successfully completed. Maybe you can comment it out and write the fail message here. For example, it must be implemented, and then we can run, and you can see it must be implemented message here. Then we can comment and run this one. So in the unit testing, you don't need to create test cases for everything. For example, if you have 2 parameters or 3 parameters, and you don't need to create all of the test cases for this parameter, for example, negative a, negative b, negative c, or the multiplying, adding, something else. You just need to focus on the tests that impact the behavior of the system. So write test cases that are independent of each other. Perform unit tests continuously and frequently. So I hope you have enjoyed this course. We have covered all of the common stuffs that we should know about Delphi development, Delphi world, but this is just the beginning. See ya.